Good afternoon / evening, everybody. Welcome to Thursday. Welcome to the. I didn't unlock my car. Welcome to the lovely 420. Doesn't mean a damn thing, but welcome to it anyway. I am off to go pick Sarah up from the train station because it's 6:04. Her train gets in like 10 minutes supposedly, so I need to get my butt down there. Sounds like a good option, right? Right. Let's do it. As soon as people stop coming up the street. Especially without stopping at the stop sign down there. That would also be a decent option. Alright. Let us try to figure out a way out of here. Yeah, oh god. Damn it. Okay, now that we're actually on the move because of all this damn construction, oh my god, there's so many fucking PennDOT trucks here. That's what the problem was, so they were blocking the road in the middle of rush hour. Okay, well now that we're back out of here and I've only wasted 2 minutes and I would have been almost at the train station by now normally. Good lord, PennDOT, come on now. As you can tell, this road is actually really, because I didn't take you guys with me this morning, this road is actually plowed like all the way up to the train station. Yeah, it's plowed all the way to Station F, which means that it's going to be a bumpy ride. And it also doesn't help that we're hitting every freaking light, and it also doesn't help that morons keep going into the intersection when they can't get out. Actually, that guy was a good guy. He didn't get out of the intersection when he couldn't get out. Be like that guy, people. Don't enter intersections you can't get out of. That's a dick thing to do. Just don't do it. Especially over there, because you still have your line of where you're supposed to stop. You don't actually have one here. But, well... yeah, don't do that. Don't be that guy. Don't be the guy that makes other people not able to get through the intersection because you stay in the intersection. Just don't do it. It's not fun. But yeah, they're actually fixing this too, which is actually the part that needs to be fixed. So I'm kind of glad they're doing it, but I'm also not glad because at the same time PennDOT insists on using the really cheap way to fix everything, so it's going to be really shitty again in another 3 months. And you can watch this vlog on the 20th, and I'll probably do the same driving thing. And I'll probably forget that I said this actually. I meant the 20th of like 3 months from now, July. So probably by July 20th again, the roads will start being deteriorated and shitty by then. And if not, then certainly 6 months from now. They don't last very long, like at all. I mean, how many times have they redone this in the time that the vlog has started? I know they redid Ann Street at least once. I mean, and that's held up well, but also Ann Street doesn't have, well, kind of well, but also Ann Street doesn't have that much traffic, so there's nothing to it. I like how, ironically as well, there's signs that say rough road, and they really should just have those signs everywhere because all PennDOT roads are really rough. What they really need to do, and we're going to hit every freaking light on the way down too as well, but what they really need to do is they really need to actually just man up and do the good fixes to these roads. Because that's what's really costing people so much money. Is that they're not doing the good fixes. And I mean, the only counter argument to that I can see is that having, like, them paying for all this, because it's not cost effective at all. Does continually fixing roads create jobs? Yes. But do we need to have that happen? No, because you know what? Pennsylvania is 33rd out of 51 in terms of area in the United States. Like 33 out of 50, because really the Washington, D.C. is not even in Rhode Island League. But out of the 50 states, we're 33rd in terms of area. So we're in the lower third, I think. Is that how math works? But we're in the bottom portion of it, at least. I don't think lower third. But where are we in terms of roads? Miles of roads? We are 11th. So there is no shortage of roads in this relatively tiny state by area for PennDOT to repair. I mean, look at this bullshit. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that, like, doing the fancier fixes would take jobs away, because it really wouldn't, because we have so many roads that need maintenance. And also we need to focus our time and put big fixes on the roads so the roads actually last for a while, so that we can move on to the smaller roads that actually do need fixing too, like this. I mean, look at this. How many times have we changed to a different road service from the amount of times they dug this up? Whatever. Alright, Well, I have Sarah with me now. We picked her up at the train station. And I decided that since I was talking to her about the milling, because she was obviously with me this morning when I realized that it was milled to... Dear Lord, that didn't do anything. My car's covered in pollen. But we realized, I was like, I know it goes north on the northbound lanes up until Station Ave, but I don't actually realize how far south it is. So we're going to go to the ironically named Mill Road to go find out. I said that and I was like, whatever.
Get the vlog camera.
Yeah. It's Mill Road, and we're going to go find out how far it's milled to. My guess is that it's going to be milled to about Mill Road, because they're probably going to do... If they're stopping at Station, they're probably going to do somewhere between Station and like, the border, because Mill Road is the first intersection in Penn Salem, not in Philadelphia, in Andalusia now. So my guess is that that's where they'd be going. I don't know how far, because when did they redo Frankfurt? They've redid Frankfurt, like, I don't remember honestly how long ago they redid Frankfurt. Also, State Road is the one that needs it, because we're going to see here that they've done a really shitty job with State Road. To be fair, most of PennDOT's roads need to be refinished.
But I mean, it's PennDOT for you.
Yeah. Like I was telling my father this morning in the vlog audience just a little while ago, what PennDOT really needs to do, and I was talking to Liz about this a while back too, because it's the same thing up on the other corner of the state, is what they really need to do is they really need to get their butts together and purchase the more expensive, but not significantly more expensive, but there's a slightly more expensive way of fixing the roads. But of course, because PennDOT's doing the thing where they go for the cheapest option always, that's what they're doing. But they need to go for the more expensive roads, because even though it's more expensive up front, it's less in the long run, because they'd be out here to repair them less often. But also, like I was telling the vlog audience earlier, it wouldn't ruin any jobs because they could move on to the other roads that need it. Like, there's never going to be a shortage of work repairing roads in Pennsylvania. But anyway, let's take around this turn. Let's go down to Mill Road here. And let's go find out how far they've milled. Yeah, look at this. They have the giant cut. It's worse coming the other way, but they just cut kind of part of the road up. Oh, they did cut part of this up. Lovely. And this was bad to begin with. This road needs it too. Obviously.
It honestly just looks like somebody wanted to like get into like some pipe under the road and they just cut it up.
Yeah, it's pipe or wire or something, but whatever it is, they were down there trying to dig at it, and it's bad. I'm gonna ride in the center for a little bit. Now I have to get over because that guy's up there.
Let's see how shaky the vlog footage is gonna be.
I'm deliberately trying to ride in the middle of the road to not hit as many shakes as possible, and we're still shaking like crazy. And it's Mill Road that makes me really miss the Sentry. Okay, that truck is just sitting in the door open. That's fine, right? You're not even like completely off the road, but okay. Okay, buddy, that's fine. Alright, let us move on to 13. I was going to say Frankfurt Avenue, but it's right after it stops being Frankfurt Avenue. You're going northbound. Look at the sky's looking a little bit like it's gonna rain.
Yeah, which is why I didn't go do reconnaissance for my site.
Oh, I don't care if it does. I'll be happy if it rains.
Yeah, I will be happy if it rains as long as I'm not out there taking photos.
Yeah, fair enough. Alright, let's have a look. Is this milled? It is milled.
It's milled.
How far is it milled?
Ooh, even down on Frankfurt.
Did they go all the way to Frankfurt?
I think they went all the way to Frankfurt.
No, it stops at Frankfurt. That's where I thought it was. Yeah, it stops right before. It stops right before the city. So that's what I figured. So it's basically all of Andalusia. It's milled right now on this. And now you have to do this for longer. So I hope you're ready for this.
Hey, they milled the other side of this part.
Yeah, it's milled on the other side until I think just before Woodhaven Road. And after Woodhaven Road, it's just an awful sound. I was saying that those rough road signs are ironic because they need them in other places. Because it's even more ironic that these are actually some of the... It's ironically smoother when they're milled. It's ironic, but it's true.
It is true.
Like,
I can attest to that.
sucks that badly that the rough road is legitimately smoother than the milled road, or Mill Road, not milled road, the Mill Road, the one we were just, the little overcut we took from State. that it's literally smoother this way. PennDOT, how do you suck that badly? Like, that's literally how trash PennDOT is at doing roads. Sure, this is louder, but it's legitimately less bumpy overall. Look, see, there's one of their crew members there. They're starting shit early. My first thought was that that's a combo stand. Too much time in film school. Yeah, they're starting this bullshit nowadays. Oh god. And of course we're going to be stuck like one car length too short of getting in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds alright.
But as long as you're hitting like the road at a fairly consistent speed, it's not super slow. Alright, come on guys, the light turned. Come on. But as long as you're hitting like the roads at a very consistent speed, it's legitimately better for you to drive over the rough road than it is to drive on some of PennDOT's roads. Ugh, whatever. PennDOT sucks. Nothing new here.